Hello, my name is John, and today I'll be sharing my internship experience at Cardinia Shire Council. Over the course of several weeks, I worked closely with the Department of Environment and Planning, contributing to a number of projects focused on environmental sustainability, land management, and urban planning. This internship was a valuable experience, an opportunity for me to apply what I've learned in class and to the real-world challenges. We were introduced to the team and given an overview of work we would be doing. Our first task involves analyzing century-old paper roads. These are map roads that were never actually built, but they still had significance, particularly to the land management. Our task was to assess their potential use in creating wildlife corridors for endangered species like the southern brown bandicoot. This task allowed me to understand the connection between environmental conservation and urban planning, especially how unused land can be repurposed to support biodiversity. One of the main projects I worked on was the Kurab Swamp Works project. This project focused on identifying opportunities for connecting biodiversity corridors and involved collaboration with multiple stakeholders, including local communities, environmental groups, and land care organizations. We used an online tool called Miro to map out the stakeholders and their interests. This wasn't a complex process as each stakeholder had different priorities, but the result was a comprehensive mind map that showed how these different groups could work together to support the project's goal. This project helped me to understand the importance of stakeholder engagement in urban planning. It's not just about technical aspect. Understanding and integrating community and environmental priorities is key to creating sustainable solutions. In addition to desktop reviews, I also had the opportunity to go out into the field and assess some of the paper roads we had been analyzing. Over the course of a few days, we visited several locations, evaluated the current conditions and potential for use as wildlife corridors. Another aspect of internship was learning about environmental planning and the decision-making process for permit applications. I spent time with the environmental planners at the council, going through the local planning scheme and other policy documents. This was crucial for understanding how development is managed, especially in areas prone to environmental risks such as bushfire and flooding. One of the key takeaways here was the complexity of the planning process. Different clauses in the planning scheme, such as bushfire management overlay or native vegetation clause, can be triggered depending on the specifics of the project and its location. It becomes clear to me that urban planners need a strong grasp of these regulations to make informed decisions that balance development needs with environmental preservation. I also had the opportunity to work with the bushland team who are responsible for managing the nature reserves in Cardinia area. This was one of the highlights of my internship as I learned a lot about conservation practices. The team was particularly focused on managing invasive species, which can threaten the local ecosystem. Additionally, I learned about the importance of controlled burns as a method of reducing the risk of large bushfires. This aspect of bushfire management was eye-opening as it showed me the practical measures that are necessary to maintain ecological balance and protect these areas from environmental threats. Overall, this internship was an incredibly valuable experience for me. I was able to see firsthand how urban planning intersects with environmental management and how critical it is to balance development with sustainability. I learned that effective planning requires not only technical knowledge but also strong collaboration between different teams and stakeholders. One of my biggest takeaways was the importance of thinking holistically, whether it's analyzing unused land for conservation purposes or navigating complex planning regulations. Planners need to consider a wide range of factors to create sustainable outcomes. Thank you for listening to my presentation.